said Kathleen, a little injured. "I meant us." "Too much fag," said Gerald briefly. "If we wrote a book," Kathleen persisted, "about what the insides of schools really are like, people would read it and say how clever we were." "More likely expel us," said Gerald. "No, we'll have an out-of-doors game. Bandits or something like that. It wouldn't be bad if we could get a cave and keep stores in it and have our meals there." "There aren't any caves," said Jimmy, who was fond of contradicting everyone. "And besides, your precious mamselle won't let us go out alone, as likely as not." "Oh, we'll see about that," said Gerald. "I'll go and talk to her like a father." "Like that?" Kathleen pointed the thumb of scorn at him, and he looked in the glass. To brush his hair and his clothes and to wash his face and hands was to our hero but the work of a moment, said Gerald, and went to suit the action to the word. It was a very sleek boy, brown and thin and interesting-looking, that knocked at the door of the parlour, where Mademoiselle sat reading a yellow-covered book and wishing vain wishes. Gerald could always make himself look interesting at a moment's notice, a very useful accomplishment in dealing with strange grown-ups. It was done by opening his grey eyes rather wide, allowing the corners of his mouth to droop, and assuming a gentle, pleading expression, resembling that of the late little Lord Fauntleroy, who must, by the way, be quite old now, and an awful prig. "Entrez," said Mademoiselle in shrill French accents. So he entered. "Eh bien?" she said rather impatiently. "I hope I am not disturbing you," said Gerald, in whose mouth, it seemed, butter would not have melted. "But no," she said, somewhat softened. "What is it that you desire?" "I thought I ought to come and say how do you do," said Gerald, "because of you being the lady of the house." He held out the newly washed hand, still damp and red. She took it. "You are a very polite little boy," she said. "Not at all," said Gerald, more polite than ever. "I am so sorry for you. It must be dreadful to have us to look after in the holidays." "But not at all," said Mademoiselle in her turn. "I am sure you will be very good childrens." Gerald's look assured her that he and the others would be as near angels as children could be without ceasing to be human. "We'll try," he said earnestly. "Can one do anything for you?" asked the French governess kindly. "Oh, no, thank you," said Gerald. "We don't want to give you any trouble at all. And I was thinking it would be less trouble for you if we were to go out into the woods all day tomorrow and take our dinner with us. Something cold, you know, so as not to be a trouble to the cook." "You are very considerate," said Mademoiselle coldly. Then Gerald's eyes smiled. They had a trick of doing this when his lips were quite serious. Mademoiselle caught the twinkle, and she laughed, and Gerald laughed too. "Little deceiver," she said. "Why not say at once you want to be free of surveillance, how you say, overwatching, without pretending it is me you wish to please?" "You have to be careful with grown-ups," said Gerald. "But it isn't all pretense, either. We don't want to trouble you, and we don't want you to trouble you. Eh bien, your parents, they permit these days at woods?" "Oh, yes," said Gerald truthfully. "Then I will not be more a dragon than the parents. I will forewarn the cook. Are you content?" "Rather," said Gerald. "Mademoiselle, you are a dear." "A dear?" she repeated. "A stag?" "No, a sherry," said Gerald. "A regular A1 sherry, and you shan't repent it. Is there anything we can do for you? Wind your wool, or find your spectacles, or—" "He thinks me a grandmother," said Mademoiselle, laughing more than ever. "Go then, and be not more naughty than you must." "Well, what luck?" the others asked. "It's all right," said Gerald indifferently. "I told you it would be. The ingenuous youth won the regard of the foreign government."